today we are going to see how we can use Android TV on any computer, like I'm doing on this laptop right over here. Now I can use on any laptop or even on an older mini computer that I already don't use, and I want to give it a second life. But if I want to use on my main laptop, I can also do that, because we are not going to install anything. We are going to run Android TV off a USB flash drive. So how cool is that? So in 5 minutes or so, you will be able to do the same as me and have all your applications running on Android TV. For this guide, you probably are going to use your Windows 10 or 11 computer, and if you still haven't activated, don't forget to check out KeysFan, where you can find budget official OEM keys at an affordable price, and with the coupon code that you can see on screen and down below on the video description, it will get a bit cheaper. So just in case, the link will be down below. For this guide, we will need a USB pen drive, we will need Rufus, which is a tiny software that probably you already know. We will also need Android TV image. We will get the latest one, which I will share with you where you can get it. And we will also need another file, which is the storage space available that we can program on our USB drive. That being said, let's go for it. First of all, let's start by preparing our USB flash drive. I would use a 32 gigs or 64 gigs for a real situation. Actually, I'm using a 32 for this example. After that, we will download Rufus. And for that, we just need to search on Google for Rufus and you will find the official website. You can download the latest version available. Then we will need to download Android TV image. I will leave a link down below on the description for the Tulio Domingos Telegram group, which is a Portuguese Brazilian Telegram group. But this was where I found the latest version available, and it's an updated group. So your difficulty, if you don't speak Portuguese, will be to translate the messages, but my advice would be forget about everything that is written right over there. Just pay attention to the versions of the Android TV and you will be just fine, because I will guide you there. So once you get in the Telegram group, you will see a message with a pin message. We just need to click on it, and then where it says message forward from Android TV x86, we just need to click to enter the other Telegram message. Then we will scroll to the end and look for the latest version available, which at this moment is Nexus Player 9 K5 version 3 from 27 of February of 2024. So it's really fresh for those that are watching the video at this moment. I've seen some people grabbing these files and putting on the drive folder and then making them available for everyone, but I do believe that that's not the correct thing to do by several reasons. First of all, it's not my creation, it's not for me to share, and more importantly, or the same, is that once you get the way where you can get these files and updated files, you will no longer need my assistant to do so. So if there's an update in a month or two, you don't need to wait for me, just go there and grab it yourself. So I will try to help you to understand as best as I can what you will need. Now, once you are on that particular group and you find the Nexus Player 9 K5 version 3 or any other later version, we just need to download the ISO to our PC and place it on our desktop. Then let's go back to the beginning of the message of that group and we will find several folders with different storage sizes. Now we want to select the one according to our pen drive, ranging from 2 GB to 64 GB. In this case, for this video, I will use the 2 GB one, but in a normal situation, I would use 32 or 64. Once we select, just download it and put on our computer, and at this moment, I can close the Telegram and I've got everything that I need to have Android working. So let's start Rufus. I'm using the portable version, but it's the same way. So let's choose our USB drive if we have more than one, and let's select the image that we just downloaded from the Android TV. And then we just need to choose the partition shim to GPT, give a name to the USB drive, which is optional of course, and click on start. It will take about 2 minutes to complete. Now just grab the 2 GB folder or if you have the 32 or 64, you will grab that folder and place it on the root of our USB pen drive. And then we will need to extract that image, 2 GB in my example, to the root of the USB flash drive. This will take a while depending on the size of the image and also on the speed of the USB drive. But when it's done, it's completed. At this moment, I've got my USB pen drive ready to be used on any computer. So I just need to remove, in my particular case, I removed from one computer and I placed on this laptop. But if you are using on a computer that you are currently using, you don't need to remove it. Once we have the USB drive on the computer that we want to use, we just need to start the computer and enter the BIOS. Now, the BIOS is different on every computer, so just check yours, how you get in, if it's the delete key or F2, and how to change the boot device that you want to select the USB drive. Once you have that done, just reboot the computer and it will boot from the USB drive. And once we boot, we will see the Nexus logo and we will choose the latest version, which at this moment is 5.10.58. Once we do that, the setup will start, and it's worth mentioning that everything that we modify and everything that we install will be saved on the USB drive. So I can remove the drive, use my computer, and then later on when I place the USB drive and start the computer to use Android TV, everything will be there, the applications, the settings, everything. Now, once we start this process, we will see in a matter of seconds the settings for language, Wi-Fi, device name, and storage options. And then once it's done, we will enter the main screen where we can put in the Play Store on our main screen, log in, and then start installing the apps that we want. In my particular case, I did start installing apps that I usually use, and I believe that the experience will be different from device to device and app to device. And I will share with you in just a few moments what happened with me, but I would like to ask you, if possible, to leave down below in the comment section, once you try, what computer are you using and what apps could you use and what apps couldn't you use. And this will be great so that we have here more info and help each other. So in my particular case, what happened was Netflix did not work, and that one I was more or less expecting, but I honestly had hopes. The Prime Video app worked initially and I was really happy, but when I started to play a movie, it did not work. So here, not really what I was expecting. YouTube was flawless, so no issues whatsoever, really fluid, and I believe that the apps that work, at least in my experience, will work really well because the hardware is great for the Android TV. At least I felt that it's really fluid. It also worked with Plex, Kodi, Crossy Road did not work, Pitch Buggy worked really well. So in terms of games, I only tried 2 so far, and I had a failing rate or a success rate of 50%. There was one app which I use every single day here at home on my several devices, which is Novo TV, which is an IPTV service from my provider, and it works on every single device. So this is probably the first one that it did not work, and with this one I was not expecting. I thought that I could achieve with the IPTV service that I have, but unfortunately no. So some apps did work, some apps did not, but in my opinion is a great experience to be able to run Android TV as is on a computer without installing anything, because we will run it out of a USB drive. But at the same time, being great, it also has its cons, which is the inability to use some apps like Netflix and so on and so forth. Not really sure if in next updates we will be able to do so. I really hope that more apps get compatible, but if you use any app that works well, that will be great to give a second life to a computer, for example, that we don't use that much. And I would love to hear your experience down below on the comment section. That being said, I hope that the video was helpful, and if it was, don't forget the usual thumbs up right over there, which is really appreciated on this side of the screen. My name is Roberto, and as always, I'll see you on the next one.